That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
When I see people on Facebook complaining, oh, I've submitted this 6 times. We're not taking that away. That's true. But if it's Wednesday, WTF Wednesday, that's not to say there were not glitches, and there are still glitches happening.
Welcome to WTF Wednesday, where every week we talk about stupid that we've encountered that you should try to avoid. The disclaimer is, for a little while, we were trying to give the SBA the benefit of the doubt, and we were on their side with the whole, please have patience. They're doing 7 million apps. They're doing 8 million apps. They're doing 9 million apps. Okay. But now we're out of patience.
Can we talk about documents real quick?
As a business owner, you have a responsibility for organizing the documents that's required by the SBA for you to furnish to the SBA so that you can get the funds you're entitled to based on your financials. I have said this in multiple videos where they're underwriting these loans. It's not on a napkin. You give them a kind of a ballpark amount on what you made, and they'll write you a check based on what you think happened in your business for a year or 2 years or the last 3 years.
Well, that was the case last year with the portal.
But this is the thing.
That's how the fraud happened.
As a business owner, you have to have respect for organizing the documents. You have to have respect with how you prepare the data that goes into how the documents are then garbage in, garbage out. And they're going to ask you, and if they don't understand what's going on, and they're going to put your file on the bottom of the pile because they aren't trying to figure it out. They want it right there in front of them, easy answers and checking off the boxes. If you make it difficult for them, they will delay it. You have to have respect with how these documents are organized, and then how you label them, and then how you prepare them. Let's give you an example. We're working on a deal. They're trying to buy a business. They slid documents under our office door, no paperclip, as a basic minimum of just keeping these documents together. It wasn't in an envelope. It wasn't in a folder. It was just this mishmash of documents that we had to do a second time because they didn't do it correctly the first time. The SBA has not been the advocate we had all hoped for, that we need,
we know from our experiences in the insurance business, in the mortgage business, and with our clients over the last 12 months, that part of the problem is you. When I say you, I'm talking about to the general audience who may be watching this video.
You are the exception.
Well, hopefully you are the exception, because Linda mentioned the phrase garbage in, garbage out. I mean, I've trained dozens of loan officers in my career, and that's one of the things I told them. I said, if you're putting a loan application in and you want to get your commission check, you want to get paid, and you want your client to get their mortgage money, if you put garbage into the file, don't expect that it's going to move smoothly through the system or at all. I promise you, if I'm sitting at my desk back in my mortgage business, and I'm sitting at my desk and it's 9:30 at night, and I've put in a 14-hour day, and I'm sitting there and I've got a client who just emailed documents for a pre-qualification. They haven't even bought a house yet. They just want to get pre-qualified. And I open up the email and I've got PDFs that are not labeled.
Mm-hmm.
It says scan 67XY39523. I got to spend now at 9:30 at night trying to figure out what that scan is. And then mixed in with the scan, it's like the tax returns and the bank statements so I've got to separate all the scans. You know what I'm doing? I'm not working on that file.
Right.
I'm going home. It's the same thing that's happening right now. And for you small business owners who are not taking the time to properly upload your documents, we have done all the videos. Kathy Lee complimented us on the phone a few minutes ago about our videos are easy to understand. Please watch our videos. Do your documents that way, because you know what you're doing? You're mucking it up for everybody else.
Well, we also wrote a blog on our website, disasterloanconsulting.com. There is a blog on how to submit documents to the SBA. We did it specifically so that you can remove part of the obstacle. The SBA hasn't been our friend. They have not been an advocate for the small business that they should be advocating for. So we have to get ahead of it as business owners. We have to be better with how we are furnishing the requirements to get this money.
I just spoke to somebody a couple hours ago on the phone. He said, well, the SBA told me to do it this way. He didn't do what the SBA told him to do. He submitted it garbage in, garbage out. That's part of the problem. Yeah. When I see people on Facebook complaining, oh, I've submitted this 6 times. That's true, because we experienced that in a business. We talked about it a few minutes ago. We have a client recently that I've uploaded the same documents 3 times now. But if you are complaining and you did a crappy job of submitting your documents, you have only one person to blame. It's yourself. If you want the money, show some respect for the money. Show some respect for yourself and your business. And you know how you show your respect? By respecting the documents.
And how you organize them to submit them. We're not trying to come down hard on you guys at all, but I will say
I am.
Some of the complaints that we hear could have been avoided. I think that's the frustrating part on our end. As business owners or just as citizens with looking to take care of certain things, whether it's filing your taxes or buying a home or handling certain processes, there's a certain level of care that has to go into these types of processes. So is it processes or processes? This is no different, except it may be new to all of us. We didn't know there was a EIDL program for business closure because of a natural disaster. Because COVID was declared a natural disaster last year, it wasn't part of the normal way that an EIDL loan was available. EIDL is made available every single day when a community gets struck by a natural disaster. We get the Google alerts all the time for SBA disaster loans, and it says what communities the EIDL is open for you to file an EIDL loan. For COVID, though, it's different. So as business owners, this may be a new protocol.
You can respect the process or you can make excuses. I've had 2 people make excuses today about their accountants. Well, my accountant filed the tax return wrong because it should say the LLC on there, it shouldn't be under my name. And I said, but you are a sole proprietor. Well, yeah, I am, but my accountant maybe didn't explain it to you, but actually it was filed correctly. Or the other client who said, I didn't file a tax return in 2019. I took all my paperwork to the tax office and she said, you don't need to file a tax return. I said, did she ask you the question if you were planning on applying for financing in the future, because you would need a tax return for that. That's part of respecting the process. It's a part of being responsible.
Stay healthy, stay strong. Thanks everyone for joining in. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao.